I have everything you need. Yeah. I have everything you need. I'm the one that handles your situation. I'm the one that handles your problem. I'm the one that makes a way for you. I'm the one, not you. And see, once we get to that point, we will learn to trust God in everything, because that's what he wants to be in our lives. He wants to be able to, help feed you. He wants you to be so helpless and so dependent on him that you know that you can't do nothing without him. That's what he wants us. And so here, the Pharisees, he's teaching them a lesson. He said the youngest son, in fact, both of them came to the father and said, give me my belongings. I want to go and kind of do my own thing. The youngest son and the oldest son. The oldest son was a symbol of the ones of the Pharisees who were self-righteous. They had everything they needed, but because of their self-righteousness, they didn't see how blessed they were. Yeah. Yes. See, self-righteousness will keep you from seeing how blessed you really are. And so here, the youngest son, Jesus is the one that put the pen in. And he says, now, the young son, he came to his father and said, Father, give me my belongings. Now, the father didn't want to do that because he knew that if he gave him his belongings, what he was actually saying is that you don't need me. And whenever we tell the Lord we don't need him, and even though he loves us, he'll let you go ahead on and make some decisions without him. And as much as it hurt him to see you become dependent on yourself, it hurt him because he knows that if you're dependent, it's just a matter of time you're going down. But we don't see that when God is blessing us. It's hard for us to see, how we need to depend on him, because what we have, we find ourselves dependent on it. The blessings of God sometimes get in the way of us having a contrite heart. In other words, why should I trust God? I got a nice bank account. Why should I pray when I got everything right there? All right. Why should I look for him to give me joy when I got some friends? And so we have a tendency to put our confidence in everything except him. And so this is the picture that Jesus is painting to the Pharisees about this young son. The young son all of a sudden now detaches himself from his father, who symbolizes God. And he wants to go out in the world and do his own thing. And the very thing that he's going out there for is the very thing that he's going to trust. He left with some money in his pocket. All right. He left with his clothes well dressed, nice shoes. When he got out there, he had some friends. He had everything. Detached from his father. He went out there so that he can put his confidence in the things that he went after. And while he was out there, he enjoyed his money. See? He enjoyed his friends. He enjoyed how good he looked. How beautiful he looked. Looked in the mirror. Let me ain't gonna charge you nothing. Let me say this. You look in the mirror and see how beautiful you are. That's just for the moment. Just keep living. And if you fall in love with your own beauty, just keep living. You look pretty good now. But as time goes on, look, you ain't nothing but flesh.
Yes.
Start to get a little droops here, bags under your eyes. Where you used to be, Coca-Cola barber. Stood up in the mirror like that. Look pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Dude, strong. He done fell in love with himself, and he fell in love with what God done gave him. Now God gave you that beauty. And God gave you that money. Everything you got right there while you look in the mirror, he gave it to you. And there you are looking at yourself like, it's all about you. But just keep living. And then we went on out there and he got some friends, and man, they lifted him up, they exalted him, made him feel like he was all right. And as long as it's like that, it's hard to come to a contrite spirit where that you need him. one that you just left. But God has a way of giving us a contrite heart, and that's the best heart to have. It's when the young boy went out there, the money that he had, he lost it. The friends that he had, they turned on him. All right. The clothes that he had, the clothes and the shoes and the ring that he had on, he lost it in his riotous living. And you know why he lost it? Because he was selfish. And that's what selfishness is, because it was all about him. It was all about him. It was all about him until he lost everything. See, in other words, God had to save us from us. Because us can get in the way. All right. And so while he was out there, he lost everything that he had. And while God was stripping him of that, he was also breaking them down in his heart and his spirit. In other words, those blessings blind him. I mean, understand what I'm saying? Yes. Those blessings blind him from the Father that he left. But God said, okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to start moving some of them blinds. Yeah. See, you couldn't see me for being blessed. Y'all don't hear me. Yes. Listen, and then he started moving one by one, layer after layer, layer after layer, while he didn't have nothing. Then the Lord allowed him to need a job. And he said, I need a job, and couldn't find the job that he was looking for. The only job that he was able to have is a job feeding homeless. Amen. Now, for a Jew to be homeless, that's the lowest of lows. And God, in order for you to have a contrite spirit, sometimes He have to break us down to bring us to our lowest point in our life. And when you get to the lowest point in your life, listen, you don't care who said what. Because what God is doing is that He's stripping away the pride. He's stripping away all of the hindrances that keep you from coming back to Him. See, when you're really sorry, you'll face the embarrassment. Amen. When you're really sorry, you'll face the shame. When you're really sorry, you get, well, I don't care what they say. Because it's me that is, listen, that is grieving. It's me that is hurting. And so here, this young man finds himself feeding hogs, and the Bible said he almost started to eat some of the hog food. But it took him to get there to come to himself. What does it take for you and I to come to ourselves? You don't necessarily have to hit rock bottom. But you do need to realize that you need God. And when you realize that you need Him, then you ought to be able to run to Him. But if it takes hitting, I went through it myself. I hit rock bottom. I know what this young man here went through. I hit rock bottom. Yeah. And if it had not been for the Lord that came in and restored me and saved me, I'd have been dead. I'd have been the youngest man in the nursing home. I had hit rock bottom. And he hit rock bottom. The Bible says he came to himself. Yeah. That's what you got to come to yourself and realize that you ain't all of that. I don't care how pretty you is, you ain't all of that. I don't care how much money you got, you ain't all of that. I don't care what you possess, you ain't all of that, because one day it's going to all be gone. Yes. Y'all don't want to hear that. Yes. Yes. Came to himself, and he says, you know what? My daddy got servants. And they got more bread. The servants got more bread than I got. Here I am finna eat some slop. But I'm going to tell my daddy that I've sinned. Now I want you to see something here. I've sinned against him, my father, and I've sinned against heaven. See, when we sin against one another, and we sin against God. Those two go together. Sometimes, you know, we figure that we can sin against one another and not offend God, or sin against God. But in order to get it right with God, we need to get it right with one another.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Bible says, how can you love me, you've never seen, and hate your brother
All right.
that you walk around all day long?
Amen.
And one reason that you need to get it together with the person that you have wronged is because that's the very person that God uses to bless you.
Amen.
Amen.
You need $50, those are outstanding, but I'm scared to go to.
All right.
And that's the hand that God want to use. But because I offended her, I'm scared. But if I drop my pride and say, you know what, I'm sorry. Can I borrow $50? But I have to drop my pride in order to get it.
Yeah.
And so here's the young lady, goes back and says to his dad as he's running home. His dad sinned, say his dad sinned, and sin coming. And the first thing that he done, see, when you want to make things right, the first thing you're going to start to admit it. I did you wrong. Because that's what's going to clear the air. And he said to his father, Father, I'm not worthy enough to be your son. I've sinned against you, and I've sinned against heaven. And that's what opened the door for his father to be able to have grace toward him and mercy toward him. I want you to see something here. If he had never came to a contrite spirit or a contrite heart, forgiveness would never been available. Mercy would have never been available. Kindness of God would have never, and he would have never experienced it. If you're self-righteous, you can't experience the grace of God because you feel like you can handle your own life. But a person that has a contrite heart realizes that he can't do it. And when you go to God, God says, listen, I have grace towards you. I have mercy towards you. Favor is upon you. And Dad was so glad. He didn't say, okay, you're forgiven. He had already forgiven. You see, forgiveness is already yours. The mercy is already yours. The grace is already yours. But what has hindered you is your pride. Pride would keep you from being broken. And the dad said, we're so glad that my son came back. He was dead, and now he's alive.
Amen.
I want you to go and bring the best robe he got, bring the ring, the best shoe, and I want you to go and kill a calf. We're going to have a ball. We're going to have a party. You know what brought that about? You know what brought that about? Is his contrite heart. That he was willing to say to his dad, I've sinned against you, Daddy. And I've sinned against God. And the moment that he said that, he said, listen, I shower you with grace. I shower you with mercy. I shower you with kindness. So it is with the Lord.
Amen.
Who is willing, whoever is willing to tell the Lord, I've sinned. I've done wrong. I need you to save me. I need to experience your mercy. I need to experience your grace. I need to experience everything that you have for me. And if you can do that, only to the person who can do that. And that's what he was saying to the Pharisees. I have all of this available for you, but the door has been shut because you can't humble yourself before the living God. And I want you to know that God sent his son, and he died for every sin that you've broken. Every law that you've broken. Every law that you've broken. He said, that's what I died for. I died so that you can receive forgiveness for everything that you've done. All the wrong that you've done. Listen, I died so that you can be forgiven. And it's available. All you got to do is admit one word. I'm a sinner.
Amen.
I'm getting ready to close. That one word, admit, I am a sinner. A lot of us have a problem with that. But whether you have a problem or not, you are a sinner.